Welcome everybody to another Overrated review. I am Bradley Overrated, and today we are reviewing the game Never Alone, a story actually that's very fascinating. It's inspired and basically a nice little telling about the Alaskan Native tribes. And I'll jump back into that a little bit later, but for now I wanted to talk about the core gameplay. And you play as a girl, Nuna, and her Arctic fox, and together you team up to find out what has happened to your village, which has been decimated by a mysterious stranger, and you basically set out to find out what happened to your tribe and to stop the mysterious stranger from his evil works. And what makes the story so fascinating, at least for me, is the fact that the people who worked on this game actually worked in conjunction with a writer by the name of Ishmael Hope, who is actually a storyteller and poet of this heritage that you are seeing here on the screen of the Alaskan Native tribe. And I apologize, but I am not, for the life of me, going to even try to pronounce the name of your tribes. I can't do it, guys. I am just not that gifted. My language can only go so far, my abilities, so it's not going to happen. But at the same time, it's so cool that they would work in sync with these people and try to deliver a story that helps you kind of express what this native tribe from Alaska is all about. People call them Eskimos, and you know what? I am totally down to find out more about Eskimos or Alaskan Natives or whatever you want to call them, because I just think it's so cool because, you know, I don't get to see or be around these types of people very often, and I love culture. I love learning about other people's culture, and this video game gives me that opportunity, and I think that is pretty neat. Now, as far as the gameplay is concerned, there are some hit and miss moments. Even as you'll watch this, you'll encounter the fact that there are some bugs and some glitches. You'll get some hiccups, some frame rate drops, stuff like that. Sometimes the mechanics feel like they're going to fight against you. But honestly, for being a puzzle platformer, it is not the worst puzzle platformer that I have had. And what I really like about this game is the fact that they were willing to take some risks. They threw a lot of different variables. Sometimes you'll get chased by a polar bear. Sometimes you'll have to deal with the winds. Sometimes you'll have to deal with these little tiny guys throwing rocks at you. I mean, they're not afraid to take a bunch of different concepts and chances in the game itself. And I always appreciate it when, you know, developers try to mix things up for you. And as you can tell, you switch between the Arctic Fox and Nuna, and you work together as a team to solve these puzzles. Each character has their own specific set of abilities, and you need to rely on each other to get through to the next section. It is a really well done part of this game. It's something that should be commended. Now let's talk about the soundtrack. The soundtrack works for the game, but outside of the game, it is not the most memorable soundtrack. It is not its greatest strength. It is not its greatest weakness there. It's just sort of there, and it works is what I'm trying to say. But the art style, this art is, it's so good, man. I absolutely love. I wish I had a poster of this video game's art style on my wall. It is just that good. It is stunning. As a matter of fact, I was at a restaurant once and I actually saw some Never Alone art pieces in the restaurant. I don't remember what the restaurant was, but I actually recalled seeing this game in a restaurant, and I just thought that was awesome. Now, the last thing I want to talk about before I give this game a score are the fact that as you progress through the game, you will come across these collectibles, and the collectibles are actually worthwhile as they will show you some cultural insights of not only the game, but also of the people that this game was inspired by. So once again, to learn about another, and well, to have the opportunity to learn about another culture, I think is awesome, and that is the highlight of this game. And this game's not too expensive. You can find it on sale for a few dollars, and I do recommend picking it up. Alright guys, let's go ahead now and give this game a score. And for those of you that are new here, I give letter grades, A being the best, F being the worst, and Never Alone. While it has some flaws with it for sure, I mean there's definitely some problems in the game itself, I have to say I did thoroughly enjoy it, and if it's on sale ever, give it a shot. It's worth your time, it's worth your effort, and for a sale price, I think it's worth your money. I give Never Alone a B-, because while there were some platforming problems and some mechanical issues in the game, the story and the narrative that was given here it was awesome. That part itself was really fun and really unique, and they were risk takers, and I always appreciate it when a game tries a bunch of new things and is willing to throw curveballs at you, even if some of them, fall right into the dirt. Alright guys, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Click that like button, ring that freaking bell, subscribe to my channel because I cover indie games all the time. I'm an indie fanatic. And I'll see you guys on the next Overrated review. Have a good one. I'm out like a trout.